Welcome to yet another edition of Hashtag, where we're all about you and your online exploits. And this week we will be getting a little deeper into your online space thanks to Google. Because this week the Google Zeitgeist report for the year 2013 was released and was basically answering the question, what did the world search for in 2013? So replace the world with Uganda and you and I, and you know why this is our topic. And my name is Daniel Mumbere, and I will be joined by Bernard Oluport, who is a blogger, a radio presenter, a social media enthusiast, and a rock freak. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
Perfect, perfect.
Wow, it's good to have you on the show.
Good to be on the show.
We'll also be joined by the social media editor of the New Vision, that is Sam Olga, who is joining us by Skype. How are you, Sam?
I'm very well. How are you doing today?
Very good. Congratulations. I'm told New Vision, you are the top news site, according to Google.
According to Google, yeah, that's, well, thanks for that.
All right, and we will be asking you a lot more about how you managed to make that. Back, it is now time for Viral Load comments, so we'll be looking at your reactions to what Google said.
I'm not very surprised, because Ugandans are very free-spirited people. Of late, every Ugandan wants to express him or herself, so I'm not surprised at all these results.
People call themselves Omubanda wa Bobby Wine, you know, and he has an attachment to it. He has an attachment with Ugandans, and I think that's the reason as why you find people are searching a lot for him. But leave that alone. There are very many Ugandans who are out of the country, but are Ugandan and are registered as Ugandans that search for Bobby Wine, because his music is so Ugandan, it's so Kamocha. You want to be a part of that. It's what they call Chidandali, but on his level, it's really good. And he has a lot of messages in there, so I think it's right that he has been there. But I'm surprised that people like Museveni are not number one. Betting. People are killing themselves over betting. People are robbing themselves over betting. I think sports, especially when it comes to the Premier League and all these different sports that come in, people are making a lot of money. I know a friend of mine, it's called Emma. He has paid tuition using betting for his entire campus. It's something that has become, and it's very addictive, because once you start, you might never ever end. I know so many people who bet on a very small basis, 10 grand, 5 grand, so those are very many. And when you look at the people who go on Google to search for the teams that are playing tomorrow or the teams that are playing today, that is where they get it from. So I think betting, that's the reason that's why it has a lot of people searching for it, because it's very addictive. It has very many football fans, and that's the hugest fan base we have in Uganda for football. So it's without a doubt that betting has to be in the top 7. Yeah.
Hashtag will now take a very short break. When we return, it is the Google Zeitgeist report for the year 2013, Unplugged. Welcome back. It is now time to look at what Google said we are searching online. Like I said, the Google Zeitgeist report for the year 2013 was released this week, and basically it was looking at the volume of searches, the keywords that we were putting into Google, and the amount of traffic that was going on. And some of the results are really, really very interesting, and this is why I have also interesting people with me here in studio to help us understand what the Google report says and what it means for us as Ugandans. So, Ben, you've seen what the report says, but we'll start by qualifying Google. How important is Google to you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say Google is at about 12. Google is extremely important because Google will give you what you want. Google will give you what you don't want. Google will give you what you need. Google will give you what you think you don't need, but you actually need. So Google is pretty much everything. You know, in summary, Google is extremely important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Sam, how much do you believe Google? Google says the top personalities that Ugandans were searching for, Bobby Wine is number 1. Are you surprised?
Yeah. Well, it is an indicator of what the interest, what drives Ugandans online sometimes. Yeah, but of course, if I start to say about the importance of Google, to start with, besides your email for communication, Google is now like a virtual library. Anything you want to know, it's just a click away via Google. It's the biggest search engine, so that shouldn't surprise us to do that.
So, do you read anything into the fact that our top 5 personalities, we have Bobby Wine, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Bebe Cool, and Kim Kardashian? When you compare that to Kenya, they have Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta. What do you think that says about Uganda?
That means in Uganda, in Kenya, we've just been having an election that took place. It was quite something. I think Kenya, of course, has got a bigger audience online. And in Uganda, when you look at the audience online, this is also an indicator. We have the younger generation, between the 18s and 25 and, that. Now, if you look at this generation, they're not mostly into politics, So when you search Bob Wine or something, these are kids most times. It's such entertainment.
Okay.
So it shows you where what our teens are looking for online.
Bigol, you wanted to add your own impressions on what the top personalities we're searching for says about us as a country.
Yeah, well, for starters, I must say that initially I was surprised, that the number one person we are searching for is Bobby Wine. I would have thought probably we are searching for, I don't know, Sejusa, even 70, something like that. But it appears the Ugandan crowd is more interested in social events, in social happenings, in basically the cultural thing. They're not that much into politics or education, to say, which is very different from the Kenyan crowd, because the Kenyan crowd is searching for Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta and the ICC and Westgate. These are all current affairs and political issues. So the Ugandan crowd is more towards the social items.
Okay, Sam, you're a social media editor for the New Vision, and you're always putting out content for your readers. Another surprising trend for me was the fact that what we are looking for is how to kiss. Another big trend for Ugandans was what is love. What do you find this surprising, or you're actually saying this is actually what we actually put out for our readers?
Our readers, not really. In the first place, when it goes through Google, that means people go actually and search for them. So it shows what people interest are. Now, also given the fact that most of our audience online are teenagers, are kids, below 30. So these are guys getting into love, and they want to do a few things. But globally, anything to do with love attracts more attention. Anywhere, online relationships attract more attention. I think we just love love.
Are you one of the people that is asking how to kiss?
For starters, if I were online, I might Google about how to kiss, because chances are I'm not going to walk up to somebody and ask them how do I kiss or how do I love. But I would feel more comfortable knowing that I can search for that information without anybody tracking and knowing that I actually don't know how to kiss. This is why Ugandans and basically the entire world is searching for those pertinent questions that you cannot ask an individual, but you can type into Google and get the perfect answer. So it's no surprise to me.
Okay. Let's look at another trend that came out of these results. When you look at the top websites that Ugandans are visiting, like we have about 5 betting sites among the top 7, then we have a music site in there, and then we have New Vision coming in. Does that mean that we are a society that is huge on gambling and maybe betting? Or
the crowd that is getting online is mostly the teenagers and the youths, and gambling has become a very, very big thing. Now, when people are getting online, apart from finding out how to kiss, how to love, the other thing they're going to find out is how to make money through sports betting. And these sports betting sites have very, very attractive websites. You just can't get off it, So this is what is keeping people on these sports betting sites. It's also no surprise as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Sam, these sports betting sites beat you to the top position for the top websites in Uganda, but New Vision was still the top news site. So we're interested in knowing, what are you doing right that makes Ugandans keep visiting the New Vision site?
I think one of the little things we've been doing is, as opposed to the past where news websites, where you say Uganda or Africa, will simply replicate what was published in a paper yesterday. We're trying to make them be setting agenda. When there's breaking stories, we break them on the website. So lots of stuff. If you want any information about Uganda, I think New Vision has the best collection of news that we give out right now. So that is adding on, so that people want to know what's happening, and especially Uganda in the diaspora. And then, of course, with the advent of internet right now, there are also who are more going to buying newspapers. If you're buying paper, I go online, and then so by the time people come, New Vision has the biggest collection of people more trust that they deliver in terms of news.
So Sam, we're interested also in looking at the progress that we've made in the eyes of Google from 2012 to 2013. Of course, as New Vision, you'll be celebrating the fact that you're now the #1 news site. But what other things do you see that represent progress in the way Ugandans are interacting on the internet?
Well, one thing, seeing what people are interfacing with, and of course there's a growing audience of the youth, and then I've looked at other statistics, how people get online, the devices they're using in Uganda right now. 25% of people in Uganda get online using mobile devices. That means smartphones, tablets and all that. Now I'm seeing a growth in this. And then of course, then Google currently is rolling out broadband around Kampala, and they intend to make our speeds quite up. Now that means if the speeds go up, prices are set to come down, and that means we may have more people coming online. I think we'll have a more robust 2014 this year. There will be growth online. And then Ugandans, I think we are trying to adopt with what is happening in the world as well. But of course, given the perspective that we have the younger youth, so whatever happens abroad is what influences these guys to go online as well to do that. And then the issues of, I see Uganda, most learning things in Uganda and Kenya, they're sharing the kissing or something. Well, that will probably go on. The other one was Paul Walker. That guy died. For these Hollywood actors, usually have that influence. So I think we are seeing that going up. But as we get towards elections, we're going to start having politics coming into our table as well, and the most searches.
Okay.
But for now, not politics will take much unless if there's a serious scandal. But usually scandals in Uganda take a few weeks and people forget about them.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sam, for your time and for making your prediction for 2014.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and that was Sam Olga, who is the social media editor of the New Vision.